Hello, all you delightful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Lost in Chaos Scar, Squirrel's Adventures. Season 2, Episode 4, Paralogue, Friendship Day for Ikana. This is Squirrel's Adventures of his time apart from the main party. So this is a side story where we have many lovely characters, one of which will be joining us in the main campaign when Squirrel goes back to them as well. Verdant is going to be coming with. Squirrel's got to have his dragon dad.
Staring, glaring, heavy sigh, dies inside.
But you want to.
I bet that Verdant could successfully flirt with Samantha.
Probably could.
Hey.
Yeah, he likes to lick cute boys.
Damn. Her only flaw being a woman.
I mean, there's ways around that.
She shouldn't need to compromise on that.
Let's move forward.
Yes, let's get started. But yeah, this is a Pokemon campaign run using our custom Scar system. We're gonna go ahead and start with introductions, beginning with the Enja, our storyteller.
Hello and good day. I am Enja, and I will be your storyteller for this evening. I play the allies, I play the enemies, as numerous and secretive as they are, and I orchestrate all manner of events and set dressing. And boy, I sure do hope this goes well. I can't see a reason why it wouldn't, but for now I shall pass it over to Pyroclast.
Hi, I'm Gimund, and I'm playing Pyroclast, the Dark Fire Charmeleon. Now, I do things.
Hello, I'm IDDoThings, and the thing I'll be doing tonight is playing the Water Dark Hisuian Samurai by the name of Aquarelle. Oh, on to you, Era.
Hello, I'm Drunk Dragon Era from my own channel, which, yes, there is actually a game this weekend on Saturday you can come watch, or you can watch it here on Zim's channel. Either rate, I am playing Verdant, the Fire Psychic Charizard. Elva.
Hello, everybody. I'm Raharu, and I'm playing Elvaroda, or Elva for short, the water ground type Quagsire. On to you, Sim.
And I am Razim. I am playing as Squirrel, the dragon fighting type Riolu. Apologies for the ramshackle setup tonight, everybody. My main PC is still out for the foreseeable future, but hopefully only another week. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna go and move to the recap. Who did it last week? You know what? Pyroclast. Go for it.
Gosh dang it.
I'm mostly picking on you because of your special sight.
Yeah, I had a feeling it might be me. So, let's see. I remember a lot of the end, but not so much the beginning, so if I miss things, please, feel free to correct me.
We will.
I think it started off with us, after meeting with the queen to, like, settle in for the night. And, Aquarelle, had a meeting with the queen with Verdant, basically asking her about, Noah's white, if he gets to white. And it turned out that maybe the queen isn't exactly as nice as we thought she is, due to some things Aquarelle overheard. And then we had a little bit of a funny moment with Verdant and Aquarelle after that. Then Squirrel and Pyroclast had a moment where Squirrel basically asked if Pyroclast needed a whetstone for his sword, but it turns out that his sword isn't normal. It's in fact a hone edge. And so there was a fun little bit about that where Squirrel thought about like putting souls in things, which thankfully was interrupted by Noah, who basically apparently had to run away from something really quickly, according to him. But he did successfully deliver the armor to Skrull's former team. However, it's not quite known if the apology was accepted or not. It's assumed maybe, but it's still unclear. Then Elva met with the rest of their team outside of the castle because they had contacted them like earlier in the day, so they ended up, because of the forging process of the armor, they ended up waiting outside for a while. And so Elva went to go retrieve them, and I believe their names are
It's Lap is the Slackov and Bex is the little Charmander.
Okay. So Vex and Lap.
Mhm.
And Lap was pretty okay with the situation. Vex, on the other hand, was not, and took some calming down from Elva.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, they met. They were taken inside, and eventually led to where the others were staying. There was, and then they were introduced to one another, and then Noah got the letters from Chomper and gave them to Squirrel. And after some very interesting revelations about the gods / legendaries seemingly really not wanting Squirrel to have a good time, or any of them rather, that one's still a work on progress of what we're gonna do with that, but overall, it's wary right now. Then the next day, everyone woke up and pretty much stared at Verdant putting on his armor. But however, then Squirrels received some form of like well, a someone attempted to give Squirrel a vision of some sort, but it didn't quite take hold, resulting in Squirrel to sort of question what was going on out loud. And then, basically everyone was a little concerned at first, and then Pyroclast, used, his special sight and found out that it was a form of fairy energy, fairy type energy, and it led through a wall. And then after Pyroclast telling the others about this and its origins, Squirrel sort of ran off towards where Pyroclast pointed out the source, and it eventually led us to the outer wall, which Squirrel flew up to, and Verdant soon followed after, thankfully, because the energy then was back, but a lot stronger this time, and took a hold of Squirrel. This time, actually took a hold of him, and he received a vision and about the. Okay, how do I word this? Basically, a vision about a tree telling him. Oh no. Anyway. It was a tree speaking to Squirrel about bringing Noah to them. And then because of the events about the letter and Squirrel maybe thinking they're one of the legendaries, he asked them their stance on the thing, but they didn't really respond. And the Squirrel was soon woken up by a very intimidating Elva. And then there was an attempt made to try and... Well, actually, the vision was interrupted by Elva's intimidation, which resulted in them sort of formulating a little bit of a plan, with Verdant maybe trying to...
Use his psychic power
to reforge or stabilize the connection.
Yeah.
However, the captain of the guard showed up before that. I believe their name was Kaja.
Yep, Kaja.
Who is a Tyranitar. And Aquarelle and Verdant didn't seem to really like them too much. And during their conversation, Squirrel got the tree sent another, or tried to continue the vision, in which Verdant was able to hop along with Squirrel on that. However, Verdant almost fell on everyone, causing Aquarelle to aquajet everyone out of the way of the armor behemoth.
It was his first try using his psychic powers in anything other than kinesis.
Yeah. And after a bit more of the communicating, although it seemed a little harder this time with the tree, not much more was gained, I don't think, but as the vision was ending, Verdant and had the idea of flying up as high as he could to try and see if he could find a landmark to this location. Squirrel aided him in this, and they eventually found a brick bridge. And as the connection with this tree faded, they found actually, Verdant quickly wrote down everything he saw. And after some corroborating of everyone's knowledge, it was determined that that tree was probably the legendary Xerneas in its rest mode.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all the major events.
Yeah, the last. Yeah, I do believe that the last thing that happened, the last was the rest of the party going to the meso because first we were first Squirrel was trying to see where get us to look for Noah because he had been missing for the entire day, but then he decided that maybe he should try and get his meeting going because he wants to forge his new weapons for self-defense. But then, before we could do that, Squirrel realized that Noah has all of his materials, so he can't forge a weapon.
Yeah, Noah's missing.
Yeah, and the blacksmiths are not gonna lend us their materials. So after that, we kind of decided to go to the kitchen to have breakfast before we actually go looking for Noah. And I believe we kind of ended the session right before we started to eat. And also, Kaya brought Elba's team earlier before the session ended because they were apparently looking for him.
And he seems to know a bit about Squirrel's vision.
Yeah, he kind of overheard Elba when he was explaining that from the way that the vision was described to him that it was Xerneas was probably involved.
Yeah.
Because people always forget that NPCs are standing right next to them.
Hey, he wasn't standing right next to us.
He literally show up as we were talking.
Well, I guess for the second one, yeah, they were standing right next to us.
Yeah. The second one, yes. The first one, no.
I blame Enja.
I will not accept.
I hope my scattered-brained recap wasn't too bad.
You actually got most of the. You actually got most of the stuff. Honestly, kudos to you.
You remembered more things than I normally do.
Honestly, if I had done the recap, I would have. I completely spaced the entire conversation with the queen.
So you did good, Pyroclast.
Oh, I do remember one thing now about the queen, and how why Aquarelle got a little upset about it. It's because she overheard him talking to Luce, I believe it was, her butler, about maybe finding a new caretaker for Noah.
Because Aquarelle is apparently becoming attached to Noah, maybe.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Huh. You seem to be caring for potentially his well-being. You might want to start looking for another one. It's happening again.
Oh no!
Coincidentally, Aquarelle has not seen any of Noah's previous characters. Totally not something he should worry about.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't think that's an issue.
Nah, why would it be? Just ignore the bones in the backyard. They're just Halloween decorations I forget to put away every year.
Yep, nothing to see there on the lower left.
Don't worry about it. However, Aquarelle may start wondering some things that he hadn't been considering before. Who knows? Who knows? Really, who knows?
But yes, we left off eating breakfast.
Yeah.
Yep. So, everyone's in the canteen and eating, along with Verdant, who
Yeah.
is definitely not going to suffer any consequences for this.
No, why would he? It's okay, he'll just order waffles to be cheeky. It's a single plate of waffles.
Elba is going to ask the people at the canteen if they have any of the meat flour things that we talked about before.
Yes, they do. They do.
I want a lot of these.
Oh, all right then. Like, grilled,
Truly, this
roasted,
is
how you want it.
the dankest.
One sec.
dungeon.
IDDoThings tipped $5. No concerns here as in Ghost.
I do things. Thank you so much for that tip. That is the first tier of the tip goal completed.
Ah.
Hooray!
So soon.
Mm,
I think the session ended with Aquarelle requesting a menu for Squirrel, considering he didn't know what to order.
Yep.
That's
Yeah, that was actually why we ended, was there wasn't one ready yet.
Oh, right, and Verdant just walked in, so that's fun. I'm sure the head chef is very happy right now.
Indeed. And Elba's gonna say, "Grill, please."
Pyroclast is gonna request a menu too.
They will present him a list of options.
Oh, also, do you have?
Mostly things that can be prepared in batches.
Squirrel's just going to pick at the other's food.
You mean any other people who haven't ordered yet?
Yeah. Well, mostly because I think Verdant just walked in, got the, he got the menu and then handed it back and just nodded.
Probably. Aquarelle will just probably request something he usually gets. Hence, as a regular at the castle, he probably just gets something that's probably your closest thing to a balanced breakfast.
Do you guys have any sweets?
We do, but in a lesser amount.
Fair. The sweets doesn't need to be that much. I want some for one of my mates.
Oh yeah.
Yes. He's gonna point at this leg of on top of his head.
For the little one. Understood. We've probably got some scones then. If that would be sufficient.
What? Say that again?
We probably have some scones then.
That would be delightful. something wrong?
I don't know what to
That's
order.
Fair enough. They will leave and return with the scones, and as the rest are still considering. Lap, sniffing the air, but not opening his eyes just yet.
Elba's gonna take goes in his hands and wait for the other order.
Hey, Aquarelle.
Yeah.
Verdant's going to at one point slide you a note.
You will accept it and open it and read it.
It
What's
says,
that?
you look like you've been very angry and upset. If you need somebody to take it out on, I'm here. I would rather a few bruises than you hold that in. Then it has a little doodle of the Zard with a bump on his head, a black eye, a missing tooth, and a toothy grin, giving a thumbs up.
Amazing.
Aquarelle. As funny as that is, Aquarelle will just do a double take when he sees the doodle. Although he will lower the note and just give Verdant appreciative nod, but he'll mutter quietly, "Hey, I have my own ways of dealing with this. Just give me some time."
And telekinesis pulls your helmet down a little bit.
Would you stop doing that? He says this as readjusting his helmet again.
Oh boy.
Though his frown is noticeably, the anger is more or less as replaced with annoyance at this point.
Probably better.
Are there hash browns on the menu?
There are, yes. Would you like them with cheese?
Yeah.
Understood. In what quantity they're looking at Verdant? And then looking at Pyroclast, pondering if he would pack away just as much, and are just preparing. No, just get ready an entire pot.
Also, I'll take some apple slices.
More than acceptable. So what amount of hash browns? A tub, perhaps.
A normal plate is fine.
Okay then. We assumed.
Wait,
Aquarelle is raising an eyebrow at that.
yeah, Pyroclast too.
Elba does as well.
They look over to Verdant. Like,
Verdant holds up a paper that
Well.
says, "Not my kid, I think."
Verdant,
Alright.
did you do something?
Smiles.
Oh, I think I know what's going on. Oh,
as they will bring out normal portions of the orders.
For my order of meeples, I will have to ask you to give it to me extra size, just to let you.
All right, that should be fine. You probably do eat a fair amount. You
Oh,
are
it's not for-
solidly built.
Oh, it's not for me, but thank you.
These poor chefs having to deal with Verdant
They're getting
yesterday
more
and having
stuff
to
ready.
keep shoving back.
Squirrel is just picking a little bit off of each plate when they do start cooking. He'll just be picking a little bit off of each plate when they're not looking. Squirrel doesn't eat much.
Sense to me.
Aquarelle won't really comment on it. He's not too bothered by by a squirrel just nabbing a bit of his food.
Verdant would probably just grab a clean plate and start sliding little bits of food off of his plates and then slide it over to Squirrel. Like you do with a kid when you don't want to order them the kids' meal.
Yep.
Or when you know they're gonna steal your food anyways.
Yep.
Because as we all know, food from somebody else's plate always tastes better than stuff on your plate.
Don't we call that the boyfriend tax?
We?
Yeah,
I have never-
when your significant other gets fries, it's the boyfriend tax. You get some of their fries. Duh.
With Kerr and I,
Ah.
it's the nuggy tax.
That does not surprise me at all, actually.
I will say, Pyroclast, when you do that, is gonna give you a look, but not really do anything.
These poor chefs.
They can only do as they are asked.
Hopefully they get paid by the hour.
Hopefully, there's not many
Probably.
plates to clean.
Whatever they're paid, it's not
Well.
enough to deal with Verdant.
No.
So it sounds like we eat.
Yes. Nom nom
Once a-
nom
one-
nom nom.
Yeah, once Elva gets his food, he's gonna put his food on the table. And he's putting the scones where, near him because the lap is still on top of his head. But then that big plate of meat plant. He's going to put it like right in front of Bex's chair. There you go, little Bex. It's all for you. This is an apology.
Winning him over with sweets.
Apologizing to a child using sweets.
No, it's not the sweets. It's the meat. The sweets are for lap.
You never did specify how you wanted it prepared.
I said grill.
Oh, grilled it is then. as you'll be getting a platter of meat, root, and flesh caps.
Mm-hmm.
Mushrooms that resemble drumsticks.
Cute.
And
Yeah, I
thick
mean-
cuts of what like meat vine.
Don't get to eat. Don't get to eat it. He's going to love it. Yeah. Basically that's what it was. He gives the scones to Lap and the big amount of meat to Bex. He just kind of eats from the other two a little himself. He doesn't eat that much.
Lap will eat, and Vex is stuffing his
Mhm.
face.
Yeah. He's pretty much eating much more than his little frame would expect for to eat.
Yep.
So, I assume, does anything happen while we're eating?
Not especially. Kaja also orders. It seems that he is ordering an unreasonable amount of pasta, and also making the chefs a little grouchy as he can just basically just shovel. Just tip the plate back into his mouth and just swallow continuously. He and Furry may have each other. They may have shared tricks.
Something. No challenge accepted today.
Ah, you're all laid out after yesterday?
Squint.
I heard.
Squint's harder.
Heard what? I reckon the head chef, the mammoth one, is still just sitting there twitching angrily.
Oh. No. Not in front of your new friends, after you worked so hard to get some.
Squint's even harder.
What? Is something wrong with him eating a lot?
No. It's just that he eats more than he should because he thinks it's fun.
Ah.
Verdant pauses, then kind of shrugs and nods.
I still don't see the problem with that.
I don't see the problem with that either. Little Bex here is the same way.
Well, it makes everyone else's orders take longer, and then they have to resupply, and they still have to prepare everything for someone who's eating it because it's funny rather than because they're hungry.
He
Ew.
holds up a sign
real
that says,
guys
"You
up.
can be judgy all you want. People were having fun."
Oh, no shame. It's just that we do need the complete story. You are having a blast watching them be mad at you.
Nods.
I see. Kind of picture it in my head. It must have been a riot.
Scribbles out on the piece of paper and holds it up and says, "I'm being good today."
Well, alright then. So, what's the plans?
Aquarelle, who's been mostly apathetic to the conversation up to that point, he more or less just speaks up. Seems like Noah has run off with some of Squirrel's belongings. We're just probably going to get into town to reclaim some of them, so he can use the forge.
Oh. That's unusual.
Aquarelle just mostly shrug. It's Noah. You can't really understand him at times.
Guess so.
I will note that Aquarelle is saying this as professionally as he can. On the surface, as he's making himself look very presentable, but he's going to notice that the fact that the captain's hanging around him a lot more than he usually is something, and the talk that he heard from the queen yesterday evening, and inwardly he's on edge.
Oh. I guess I'll leave you to it, but... There's one thing. I'll tell you when you get back. Just remind me.
All right, then. Aquarelle then and give him a curt nod.
I'll let you get to it then.
So, off to the town to get Noah?
That's where you think he is.
Thumbs up.
Yes. But first, while you guys perhaps might want to go to your room to gather your things, I need to make a quick stop up at the training grounds for a moment.
Elba is going to nod. Good idea.
Yeah, I need to probably head in town to get caught up with guild information, because it seems like I've been out of the loop for a bit. Elva's kind of
Backtrashed it again.
made me want to go do that.
No, that is it. Actually, we can do that together.
Verdant just kind of looks between everybody. And he sighs, and he's gonna pull out a guild badge and slide it over to Elvra.
Ah,
Squirrel is absent-mindedly rubbing the spot where his badge was.
So that way
Hmm.
Elva can take it.
yeah.
It's not very low rank. I don't know how high that is. That's up to Enja.
I'd say that Verdant was probably. Let's see. He was fairly up there.
We up
I'd say diamond rank. That seems
Elba?
pretty good.
Elba's eyes.
Oh, Verdant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Elba's eyes kind of like you know how you guys say that his eyes kind of when his eyes kind of widen right now. a diamond. Brandon, I didn't know you were from where the high hill.
Waver some.
Hmm.
We'll
Yeah,
read out
that's-
Aquarelle. Do you want company? Completely evading the questions.
That's pretty impressive.
If you want to come along, if you're free to, but I don't mind. I'm being by myself for the moment.
I got all my stuff with me, so I'll come with you too.
He's going to give a sigh at that. If he wants, and I guess I did agree to train in you.
Oh.
I guess the training you would need to see where the training grounds are.
No, it's okay. I can. I'll be in the room. And he is quickly making his way to the room.
Verdant tries to grab him, and he moves too fast. And Verdant goes, no, or just kind of sits up, shrugs and sighs.
Don't
Guess
worry.
I'll go to the guild hall.
Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. You'll catch up with us. Catch up with us, Aquarelle?
I will. I'll meet you
Alright.
at the front gate of the castle.
All right.
Can you grab Squirrel on your way?
I probably should. So if one of you would like to let him know that I didn't mean anything by it when I said I'd prefer being alone. It's just something
I'll-
personal. Well, really.
I can try to.
Thank you. And Aquarelle will, aside from Squirrel, he'll probably be the first to leave.
Elba is going to wait for Beggs and Lap to finish their food before back to the room.
Verdant will take his guild badge back and put it away. And follow Elva.
Pyroclast is also going to follow because he needs to retrieve his things from the room first before heading out.
Squirrel doesn't have very many things. and he keeps them all with him, usually.
Fair.
Aside from the living creature that's holding a lot of them.
He's only holding the medals, you know. That's
Yeah.
the only thing that he's not kept with him. And that's because his body gave out trying to carry him.
Yeah.
Leads yours, Elva.
I was wondering whether he was gonna do the cruelty first.
Oh, he
Doing
could
first.
technically do Aquarelle first, couldn't he?
Is it to you, Enja?
Righty. So, are we doing something before going to the Tauros then?
Aquarelle is.
Aquarelle is going to the training area, and the rest of us are kind of going back to both Aquarelle and Carol belongings.
Nah, very well then. Aquarelle. The training area does seem to be in use at the moment. Other soldiers are being put through some drills. Mostly because there's a lot of time, and they don't want some of the lower ranks to be getting rusty or too relaxed.
Is there a more private area that he could just train?
Yes, there is.
He will immediately head that direction. Not paying much mind to the other soldiers, or well, also trying to be as polite as he can and not interrupt anything.
Yes, that is perfectly possible.
Okay. Is there any dummies or anything he can see nearby?
Yes, there are 3 types of dummies with which to choose from. Ones that are solid wood, ones that are more bags of sand tied to a scarecrow, and ones that are stuffed with hay.
He will he'll turn to the one that's made of wood momentarily. Examine it for a moment, and before drawing one of his swords. And before he strikes, his eyes will redden for a minute before he closes them, and he's going to use focus energy just to channel a lot of energy into his sword and a lot of his frustration. And then he'll give it a slash right at the dummy. What roll should I make for this?
Roll it. Just damage.
Just damage?
Just damage.
That was 11 for the swords. It's right?
That is correct. Yours
Okay.
is a finely sharpened piece.
Hey.
Oh boy. Now, focus energy increased your threshold for crits, yes?
Oh, yes, it did. Right now,
And there was another 10 in there.
yeah, I miscounted. I increased it by
The
1, so I was looking for 9.
Counts for 10s as well. Damn, boy.
uh,
18 successes for damage.
yeah, 18.
Damn. Hot damn.
You certainly cleave through this dummy. Certainly, your blade is as sharp as ever.
Dummy
just-
is dead.
He'll just glare down at the dummy for a moment. His eyes are still a bit red, but after a moment, he'll close his eyes again and just focus on what he earned in the past with maintaining his dark energy, and just take a few deep breaths just before he feels stable again. Having gotten a little bit of his frustration out on the board dummy, that's probably hay in halves right now.
Yep. There are attendants that will approach and use recycle upon the dummy to return it to a usable state.
Oh, so that's how recycle works, right?
Do they take account to the end of Aquarelle's mood right now?
They do. I mean, once a dummy's in pieces, it's not fit for very much, so...
Once he's calmed down a bit, Aquarelle will simply just nod to them before turning to leave. Okay. Does anything else happen while he's there?
No, it seems that for the most part you're being ignored.
Well, that'll be it then.
Now that a nosy guard captain isn't in your business.
Well, yeah, from there he'll just start making his way back to the where the room that the group had stayed, okay, to see if Squirrel's still there, and if he's not doesn't see them there, he'll meet them at the front gate.
Alrighty.
When Elba arrives at the room, he's going to look for Squirrel.
Alright, Squirrel, are you present?
Squirrel is in the room.
Ah,
He
there you
is
are.
just sitting on the bed he woke up in, just kind of twiddling his thumbs.
Ah, there you are. Are you alright, Squirrel?
I didn't mean to be a problem.
Oh,
Just got excited.
oh, you weren't being a problem. Believe me, you weren't. That was simply that was simply something that Aquarelle wanted to do alone. Some people do prefer to do things on their own at times.
He'll nod a little. Yeah. Makes sense.
I'm sure he'll let you like well, I'm not sure if he'll let you come with him, but perhaps you could go to the training area once we come back with Noah, or we come back with your stuff.
Yeah, maybe we can do that then.
Uh, Honestly, I'd be kind of curious to know what you're capable of yourself.
Not a whole lot.
What do you mean?
Well, I could kind of punch and kick, but I
Ah,
can do a little bit of fire stuff, but not much.
ah. So you're inclined as a physical fighter, are you?
Well, it's kinda, yeah. That's why I made this. And he raises his tail. Still has the axe on it, even though it's sheathed.
Elva looks at it like, ah, hmm. Well, from what your story told me, you did walk up like 6 days, right, or something.
He nods.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you wouldn't know the things you're capable of when you just woke up. And we know you are a human, so you're not really used to Pokemon. You're not really used to using moves all that. What I mean.
The others could do all sorts of stuff, though. They could
Ah,
summon water and make really strong winds go, or summon
oh,
chains.
oh. Are you feeling? Are you feeling inefficient because all you have been doing is punching? Chan.
He nods.
Hmm. Hmm. I. Uh, Squirrel, I'm going to tell you something. There is a while I am not expert in fighting type moves, there is quite a few cool stuff that you can. I wouldn't be able to coach you on such a thing, but I know good.
You're cutting out a bit.
Oh, testing, testing.
Right now
Just
it's
work.
good, yeah.
Huh. Well, I'm not an expert in fighting type moves but from what I've seen, there is a lot of cool stuff that you can do with fighting type energy. I might not be able to coach you in such things myself, but I know there's somebody that could.
Also, Squirrel. Uh, I don't know if your variant form can interferes with this, but some Pokemon have unique things that they can do. And when I was reading up on something a while back, trying to get the hang of it, I learned a little bit about something called, I think it's called Aura. And in the thing I was reading, it said that Riolus tend to have like a more of an innate sense for it.
Ah, yeah. Aura is the main energy that Lucarius and Riolus have access to. It is their main thing. So unless your variant form like interfering with that is something that you should have easy access. You just have not been given that knowledge.
Oh, I didn't know about that. I
I don't.
just thought I was incapable like the others were, so
Albus shakes his head. That is not true.
Squirrel's getting sticky notes. One says capable, one says stronger than he knows, one says just needs to learn things.
Elba nods. Yes, you need to. Yes, that is. Knowledge is power, my friends. You just need to learn things. And you have just been awake for 6 days, so I am not expecting you to know everything.
just for Light Paw out there in the chat. Um to explain what Squirrel's getting at here is he woke up, he was seeing, Chomper and Paz and, Chomper's summoning fire and water. You got Paz shooting things with streams of water. You got Scruff that is just generating snow out of nowhere. Vane summoning his chains and gusts of wind, and meanwhile, all Squirrel had was quick attack.
Yeah.
And he doesn't understand that one, quick attack's making him move a little faster, but two, it's like, as far as
It's
he's
not.
concerned, it's just punching somebody.
Yeah.
He
And it,
also,
and and I was gonna say it's definitely not as flashy as what everybody else was doing, at least to him.
yeah, and he also didn't understand the concept that, you know, he's got a lot more strength, like physical strength, than the others do.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as he was aware, he wasn't capable of putting out, you know, being as capable in a fight as the others.
Mm-hmm.
It's why he made his
he
axe.
he was the quote unquote brawler of the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he honestly is just it was less that, and it's just that he just hasn't been coached when it comes, to fighting type technique. It's something that I would imagine requires more instructions than the elemental things that we can do.
It's more he didn't realize that he had punch potential, I would say. And
Yeah.
not pouty, it's more he wants to be useful. He doesn't want to be, you know, a burden. He doesn't want to just be there.
Yeah. He's and now he's discovering that he does have something.
It's not like aura is just, you know, something just you innately know about.
Indeed.
It's okay. At least we got somebody in the party that has special eyes. He can teach you how to use them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Give me your special eyes, Pyroclast. Give me
We
your
also-
brand.
Nope. Bye.
We also have somebody. We also have somebody in the party that is kind of good at fighting type stuff. So we we can have somebody that can instruct you in that regard.
We do?
Elba is pointing at the slug on top of his head.
Oh, yes, Lightpop. The mature audience's tag is on every stream.
Oh,
Anyways, back to the scene.
lazily. Hey, I'm being talked about.
Enja, are you able to go into the Discord settings and maybe boost up your volume?
Yeah, I
Hold
didn't
on,
hear any of that.
I can just
Yeah.
go back to. I can just go back to my other setup by now.
Oh, okay. I should probably turn you down before you blast my eardrums out. One sec.
Oh, right, that. Okay, ready.
I'm ready as well.
I'm ready too.
All right, how am I now?
Okay, there we go. Much louder.
Yep. Figured.
Yeah,
That's a lot better.
You sounded clearer with the other one, but it was so insanely quiet.
Very strange.
Very strange.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Lap lazily waves at Squirrel. Hey. I'm being talked about.
I guess you can teach me fighting stuff?
Elba nods.
Okay. You know, having that much strength with that little body is special, you know? Because, like, other people that size and at your level aren't that strong.
So I'm not that strong?
No, no. I'm saying for your level, you're strong. It's a fighting type thing. You got strong punches. Like, stronger than normal.
Like,
Oh,
think about it. Could anybody else on your team able to physically punch something that hard?
I mean, I didn't really notice it being that hard.
Hmm. Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps you haven't been able to really try that good because of feeling like you weren't being all that useful. But I'm pretty sure that you could be able to do something impressive with.
The Zard holds up a piece of paper that asks, "Has anybody taught you how to punch properly yet?"
He shakes his head.
Ah, geez.
The Zard just kind of looks down, then back up. Then he
What?
looks at his hands and then back at him.
Man, the guild outside of Ikana, the guild branch outside of Ikana is not doing their job.
It was in blue light, and
Blue.
they were kinda. Well, I know Vane got really mad at all of the people we kept meeting because they were really kind of, well, as he put it, useless.
Oh dear, you really were meeting that many competent people over there? Oh no.
I mean, there was Sigmund and Bian and Samantha that seemed good. I didn't really talk to Samantha much, but I talked to Bian a lot. He was
Who
gonna
are?
teach me how to use his, I think he called it Shadow Claw. I think that's what it was.
Oh, Shadow Cloud. That's a ghost type move, correct?
I think he said so, yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure if that move is all that compatible. I'm sure you could be able to learn it with enough practice, but I'm not sure if you're really inclined towards ghost type moves.
Yeah, but
I
it was kind
mean,
of cool.
if he really wants to learn it, I could help him with try and figure out the energy to make that work.
I could help. I could help with that too. And I am just saying, it may be a good idea to work on your strong points first before you try to learn something that you might not be that good at learning.
The Zard holds up a sign that says, "I only know a good couple of tail moves."
Squirrel's
How?
eyes are just looking at the tail and following it and following it and following it and following
El-
it. And then
Elva is
it
going
goes
to
out the
look.
door.
Elva is going to look at that long tail and just ask, how to tell moves work for you, Burden? I am asking this as a scientific question.
He
Yeah,
holds
I'm
up a
wondering
flash
that
script.
too.
Every tail move if he uses somehow ends up becoming earthquake somehow.
Secretly, he knows Earthquake. Secretly, he does not know Earthquake.
His moves are just him lifting his tail up and then dropping it and watching as a crack of a fissure opens in the ground.
Just going to say he just does accidental fissure moves. The one hit KO move.
But Squirrel's kind of gonna look down a bit. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess I should. I was able to learn a fire thing. The first time I used it, I kind of set a whole field on fire.
Oh dear.
Vane wasn't happy.
Holds up a sign that says that's not unusual for us fire types to do. It will happen
Yeah.
again and again.
Yeah, especially when you have a flaming tails.
Elba is going to not knowingly, since he has a Charmander under his care. It is
Yeah.
Sometimes it is good to have a water type nearby for such situations. Good thing I am one.
But after that first time, every time I've tried to use it in battle, it just didn't do much.
Well, the reason for that might be is because, well, we have been telling you, you might be more physically inclined. That Ember move is it is usually a special move, so it's not really tailored to your strengths.
Oh. Well, then I guess I gotta learn stuff. I gotta find somebody to teach me first. Also, Enja, there's like thudding or something?
Still,
Nope, now it's
Well,
gone.
I have a
Well,
cat in my lap. Do you hear it now? They
Nope.
are purring next to the.
No.
All right.
well, you could. Well, Lab could teach you some fighting style stuff, although he he's not available all the time when it comes to being able to do that kind of stuff. But he is available.
Yeah, totally. I can do it.
Elba is going to smile. Elba is going to smile despite the appearance of Lab not like giving that much confidence.
Quick question, did you? Um, while Aquarelle was there, could I make an amendment to see if Aquarelle stops to see if he can grab like something in that's a book or something that's usually given to younger or newer O soldiers?
Yes, you may.
Yeah, he'll probably grab. He'll probably see upon saying that might grab one and with Squirrel in mind.
Yeah.
Well, we can teach you. We can teach you stuff later. Right now, we do have another mission to. Well, we gotta find Noah, and hopefully he's at town.
Yeah, we gotta go find Noah. You're right. Yeah.
Okay. Aquarelle said that if he wasn't in the room by the time we're here. He'll wait for us at the gate. So we unless there's something else you want to do, we should head there. Methinks.
Heading there sounds good.
Thumbs up.
Elba nods.
Yeah, I'm good to go too.
Elba makes sure that the other two of his team have all of their stuff before we leave.
Not that they brought much, so it's fairly easy to pack.
Indeed, they don't really travel. They travel light.
So then, to the front gates?
Yes.
To the
Yep.
gate, to the gate, to the mother fluffin' gate.
Why did you censor yourself?
Oh, it's just more fun.
Alright, everyone gathers at the gate. I will assume, as you
Yeah.
are let out very easily and wished well.
Ah, so translation, get the hell out.
You were supposed to leave today and make your way, supposedly.
Aquarelle will likely be perusing the booklet he picked up, just seeing if he, and just going over some stuff. He probably hasn't really. He read it himself since when he first arrived at Ikana. He was pretty much well skilled as a swordsman and a guard already, but he's really just taking a glance over things, seeing if there's anything that it's too different from what he was used to when he lived in his tribe.
Temptation is shown all over Verdon's face, seeing him look down at the book.
Do it.
He'll walk up to Aquarelle, just enough to be seen, and then not do anything at all. He'll just take off his own helmet and tuck it underneath an arm.
Aqua will blink.
Pansy.
You gotta be nice, that way they don't expect it every time.
Okay. And while we're on our way there, Elba is going to recount the little incident that we had previously before breakfast with Tulab and Bex, and about the whole legendary thing.
So, what do we know, or what do you guys know about, you said Aura?
I only have basic knowledge about it.
I
Hello?
only Aura. I don't have experience with aura personally. Like the stuff I do is different from the stuff the Lucario do. But I have read some of it. Unfortunately, I don't think that's enough for me to be able to teach it.
Oh,
I could.
Aquarelle will look Squirrel up and down, and he's noticing that Squirrel lacks a particular sure trait that most other Riolu or Lucario have of the sensors they normally have. Why are we discussing aura again?
Well, because he's a Riolu, and he's not being given knowledge of the Pokemon that is, since he's being here. I mean, he is a Barium Riolu, but still a Riolu nonetheless. So we imagine he could have aura.
True. He will examine and Squirrel a little bit more. I wouldn't really see how he would sense it, though.
sense it?
Oh, you're right.
I don't
You-
have an image on me. Verdant, you mind sharing one of your pages for me?
Hands over a piece of paper. It has a doodle already on it of you.
Aquarelle will narrow his eyes silently. Hey,
It's one of those chibi cute drawings.
Cute.
he's gonna try his best as sketch what he knows how non-variant real Ulu typically looks like, notably including the sensors, and he'll show it the Squirrel. These things here, right? And these little things that are usually on the back of your head. I guess where your horns would be. Okay?
Right. You don't have the aura. That slipped my mind.
I mean, it could have manifested in a different way. I mean, most Riolu don't typically have wings.
That is true. We are kind of wigging it with this because you're not a regular Riolu.
But I think this might help, and he'll hand the booklet to a Squirrel.
What's this?
Usually at the castle, when there's a new trainees is for the guard, or sometimes they have booklets on hand and to help with training. I myself didn't really need such training when I first joined, but I figured it might help you, as I assume you must not have much experience in your current form, and when it comes to combat or defending yourself, I guess.
He shakes his head and begins looking through the book.
Headcanon that we have to do that thing when a kid's really engrossed in something where we put a hand on his head and just turn his body so that way he walks the right direction.
Right.
Well, thankfully we're riding in a cart.
All right, you guys are. I have to walk outside.
I'm just
If there's any
imagining
water
that.
nearby, Zim can go first.
I'm just imagining that Verdant is walking outside the cart with his neck sticking in the window.
I was gonna say is if there's actually water or something nearby, Akira will actually be choosing to swim in a minute.
Elba would do the same thing if he wasn't carrying the rest of his party with him at the moment.
Temptation. Is that a phone I hear, or is that a cat purring?
That's probably a cat. Whose mic is it coming from?
Yours, Enja. I keep on hearing phone sounds come from yours.
Yeah.
There's no phone in my room. Is it still happening?
Yeah.
Only when you talk.
Yeah, it goes like brrr.
Oh, probably hearing the desktop be on.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. Concern later.
Guess this is a very sensitive mic.
Yeah. Seems so.
Damn.
On a side note, Verdant's whole demeanor is going to change the closer we get to the guild.
Fair enough. As you get on the Tauros wagon, pay a small fee of about 10 Poke per, and they will take you back down to the city of Ashton, or the village of Ashton, rather.
Wee.
Thankfully, it seems to be a fixed rate per person, or else Verdant may be charged for 4.
I mean, if Burden said that he's walking.
Ah, that's right. Fair enough. 50 Poke.
Squirrel will pull out his share. Somewhat reluctantly.
Verdant's just going to pay for everybody. He's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Elba was
Aquarelle would have paid for everyone too. He worked at the castle.
Elba was about to do the same thing, but Burden beat us to it.
Oh, so it's like the restaurant when all the friends go out, but they all want to show off to each other and all reach for the bill at the same time. It just so happens Verdant got it first. Got it.
Yep.
It's
Meanwhile,
whoever
Squirrel,
pulls out their wallet first.
meanwhile, Squirrel over here is like, oh, my little pieces to rub together.
Yay, off to the guild.
Mhm.
Is there any like water along the path?
No. Mostly hills and trees.
Yeah. Aquarelle will most likely just SB in the cart then, and just keeping watch up front.
Mhm. Elba is probably retelling the thing that happened to Bex and Lap about the legendary and the team with Squirrel before breakfast.
Yep. So, what do they think?
Bex would probably be kind of excited to hear about the legendary Xerneas, and Lap will be wherever.
Yep, Lap as usual, and Vex is excited.
Mm-hmm.
Lightning Paw, yes, but the Zard is wearing heavy plate and probably ate a Snorlax's weight in food yesterday. I don't think he should get on the cart.
He might.
Indeed.
Not to mention, if you combined his tail, if you took just his tail and put it all together, it would probably equal about 2 of him.
And I'm pretty sure the cart would snap.
Hence why he's walking.
Indeed.
Yeah, he's not excited to go to the guild.
Actually, a Aquarelle would technically be smaller. Charizard are average about like 5.5 F. Samurai are like 5 feet.
Noted.
You're going to get an image now, by the way, since you gave me the idea of Aquarelle sitting next to Verdant and you just being slightly bit shorter and an arrow pointing down that says, no words. It's just pointing at you. He's not going to be that mean.
Well, there's a new fan of that idea.
And quagsires are usually 4 feet tall. When it comes to the evolved Pokemon, the evolved Pokemon in the group, I think Elva is the smallest, or maybe it's Pyroclast.
A
Yeah.
lot of evolved Pokemon are so tall, so this is weird that I got all the short ones this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Pyroclast is probably 3'7".
Yeah, that's the average size of a Charmeleon. So in order from the evolved Pokemon, it will be Verdant, Aquarelle, Elva, and Pyroclast.
And then there's Squirrel there at about 3 foot.
It's okay, you're a growing boy. You'll get there someday.
Yeah, I think Lap and Bex will be smaller than you.
Oh,
Although
but Pyroclast isn't that much taller.
Lordy me.
There's your conversation for the card. People are comparing their heights.
No,
I mean,
Squirrel is reading the book very, very carefully.
Everybody else is.
comparing heights. I mean, it is a good conversation. It is a good conversation as any, if anything.
I like to
Besides
think that what started it was as his Verdant doing that joke like with the sign.
Yeah.
Verdant is trying to keep his mind elsewhere because we're going to the guild.
Yep. And Ashton is a large village, so the guild hall is basically on the other side from where you're entering, but they let you off. Squirrel, not too far from here, is that very familiar big manor.
Squirrel's face is probably still buried in the book.
Fair enough. Then you don't recognize it. You're reading fighting things. Or
And-
things about fighting.
And Elba Pyroclast are probably leading people towards the guild hall in the town, because they would know where it is.
Oh, good. We do have to keep a hand on Squirrel's head to direct him.
Yeah.
Yep.
We can probably take turns.
It's okay. Verdant's got it. He'll just telekinesis, lift him up slightly, and change his direction.
Would Aquarelle know where Miss Holly is?
Let's see how the travel goes. So, I'm just going to. Don't mind me. And okay.
We're all dead.
Worry about it.
That was a very happy okay. Yes, we're very dead.
Well, it was a good run, guys. It was fun.
Fun side campaign. All right, what's next?
No. Well, hold on.
No, I mean, I was expecting Squirrel to die, but I was expecting it at the hands of Vane. Or Wings.
Well, you think maybe.
Wing hands of pain.
Alrighty. As the guild hall sure does certainly seem busy. As Verdant, make me a perception check with reduced difficulty.
Oh, fun.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Damn.
Oh my.
Damn, look at all
Somebody's
those.
hyperware.
How thematically appropriate.
Wonderful.
Yeah, he doesn't look happy to walk in. Before we even get in there, he has to take a moment, take a deep breath before he even steps in.
Alright. Because Verdant, you specifically see some very familiar people, or at least some of them, going down a hallway, probably to go to their room. Oh, they're still at it, huh? Even without you.
Sigh.
I will say it's a good thing that Squirrel is absorbed in his book, otherwise he would have refused to come in any period.
He dislikes the guild as much as he dislikes doctors, then?
No,
I mean-
it's more he's worried about getting arrested or something.
Yeah, I can picture that.
Or word of him being there gets all the way back to the guild back in Lule. Hey,
That is a good question. Do you want to watch him outside, Aquarelle?
Aquarelle will just shrug and nod. More or less, he's just there to find Noah.
Yeah, Verdant might not even stay in very long. He might just hand his badge back over to Elva in case they need it,
Mm-hmm.
and then duck out.
Alright. So, walking up to the receptionist, who asks what?
Elba is going to go up and he's simply asking for any news, for any important news regarding the guild.
Well, recently there was two big announcements actually.
Oh,
Yes,
do tell.
the guild leader is apparently admitting to being a time entity.
Huh?
Elba is going to tip his head. Huh? Time entity?
Yes, apparently he has prophetic visions.
Well, that's not.
And the ability to peer very far into the future with a great deal of accuracy.
Well, future vision is not something unusual for psychic types, but something with that amount of precision would be.
Yes, along
Huh.
with potentially other abilities, not
Ah,
limited to increasing his own speed.
Well, I always knew that the guildmaster was eccentric, but well, this is something new.
Yeah, it
Definitely.
definitely is.
Following this, there do seem to be invaders who, from some space beyond our planet, that are trying to invade. Seems that the dungeons are acting as a natural filter, and apparently the guild leader has actually been missing for about 4 months as he has been contending with the majority of them.
Elba is going to blink at that.
with an Absol named Zero acting as his stand-in. Zoroark named Zero acting as his stand-in. The Guildmaster is also stepping down from the position and taking a side position that he is making for himself, and petitioning for Zero to take his place as Guildmaster.
Everybody's going to blink again. When did all of this news happen? This is a lot to take in.
Just a few days ago, actually. Just a few days.
So is this where the party here decides to petition for Squirrel to be put in as guild leader?
I guess the votes are still being added, technically.
There's no way you're doing that without hating you.
How to eradicate the guild very quickly.
Good lord.
I don't know.
Do you have
Verdant's-
any more info on these invaders?
Invaders. Like, so things so creatures from outside are rolling trying to invade the dungeon? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Huh. Oh. That makes actually that's interesting. Elba's going to look at Pyroclast and as he just realized something.
Question: are other people allowed to like make rolls for like insight on someone?
Absolutely.
Elva might want to do that.
Okay.
If you want to make a roll at any time, just tell me. I'll not always prompt you.
Okay. I can do it. I can do it easy on Pyroclast. After all, I'm looking at him. Oh, Elba's insight is 0, but I still have decently high mine. This is not. I'm not sure if this is gonna be a good roll, but let's go. No successes.
He definitely seems like hearing about invaders from a like this, it definitely, you think it shocked him more in a way than it really should have, I guess is the right word.
Elba is going to look at Pyroclast for a moment and just give a bit of a nod. He's going to look back at the position and say, is there any other news that you could tell us? I know you just told us a lot of big stuff, but I just want to make sure there's nothing else. I want to have as much information as I can, considering all we've just been told.
Well, would you like the full report on that the headmaster has made on the invaders?
Yes, please.
Yeah, yes, please.
Okay, then, from the top. An invader seems to be an otherworldly parasitic creature that has found a way to invade our world. They seem to be comprised of a red crystal substance that turns to dust when all the energy inside it has been expended. The dust is harmless, and a use for it has yet to be found. The method for growth is undetermined, but it seems to take energies from both dungeon energy. It seems to take in both dungeon energy and life energy when exposed to either so that's probably its energy sources. According to Kalti, the world in which these things came from is isolated and has no resources with which to continue production of more of these creatures. Ergo, their population is finite at this point. They transform into Pokemon upon entering our world and seem very similar to conjured Pokemon, except that they only attack with killing intent and take every chance that they can to end a life. They are not created equally, and there are some that seem to have intelligence, but they won't be deployed so easily. Naturally, they took more resources, and since they cannot be replenished, it seems that whatever leader these invaders have won't send them through carelessly. It seems that mystery dungeons have been acting as a barrier between our world and the world of the invaders, meaning that they have to enter the mystery dungeons first. According to Kalti, they cannot exit mystery dungeons, but if they reach the bottom floor of one, they would turn a mystery dungeon into a chaos dungeon. When a chaos dungeon is cleared, it would cease to exist and leave a core behind. It's not elaborated on these cores or what they could do, but mystery dungeons will cease to exist completely. Supposedly, once every single mystery dungeon has ceased to be, the invaders will be able to enter our world directly. The invaders have two trademark pieces of equipment, a robe and a mask. Both pieces at this moment are under investigation, but they do not seem to be connected to the red crystals, and other than recorded size-changing properties, nothing more about them has been found at the moment. But mystery dungeons still seem hostile to them all the same, as they would be hostile to the invaders, so they are still under investigation. The materials themselves are still unknown as of this moment. They had a main portal that they could pass through in massive numbers, but due to the actions of a Dialkitpatya, a solo diamond rank explorer, that seems to have been destroyed through sheer force. Kalti has stated that repairs are impossible, but they will still be able to salvage it and make a much smaller scale portal, where 4 of them will be allowed to exit before it closes again. Supposedly, they cannot pick which dungeon they invade, so they will not be able to reinforce numbers that they have currently deployed without trying very, very many times. To elaborate on an earlier point, the mystery dungeons seem hostile to invaders to the point where all conjured Pokemon will attack the invaders and all related items of theirs, ignoring anything else in the dungeon. It may even be possible to cooperate with conjured Pokemon in these instances. And that's it for the report.
Elba is going to take a bit of a big sigh of his trying to take everything in. Okay, then. I see.
Very big news. Very many things have been happening, actually.
No wonder there's so much around.
Yeah.
Well, we should probably head out. There is some other business we gotta. Come on,
Naturally, if you find an invader and you believe you are underprepared to take them on, retreat and inform the guild immediately.
Noted. We do have our badges to cut the roll.
Correct.
Yeah. Got it.
Come on, Pyroclast. Come on, you two. We gotta go.
Right. And he shakily sort of heads out.
Oh, also, there's another piece of news that came in today. There's a bounty out for a Riolu named Squirrel. Wanted dead or alive. Preferably dead.
To turn in the body and collect your reward, you will have to pay us 500 Poke. You see, he is worth negative value.
Ouch!
Oh, come on, no.
No, that's a deterrent. He should be happy.
I guess that's a life insurance policy for you.
You have to pay to turn him in.
I was gonna say the preferably dead part was probably written by a certain Murkrow.
No, I'm pretty sure that was written by somebody else that is doing it to spare Squirrel. Because if Vane gets his hands on Squirrel, well, death would be the preferable option.
Yes. So, Elba and his team and Pyroclast are leaving the guild and meeting up with the rest of the guys.
Yeah, Aquarelle would have seen the Zard walk in, then not even a minute later walk out. Come stand next to everybody and slide on his helmet and say nothing.
I imagine this whole time Squirrel has just been walking and Verdon's been picking him up, turning him 90 degrees, putting him back down, wait for him to get to another spot, pick him up, turn him 90 degrees, put him down.
So, well, there is a lot to unpack. We should probably begin going towards wherever Noah might be while we talk.
Huh? Noah? What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
remember
where are we?
we're next to the guild hall.
Squirrel looks very panicked now.
Don't
Squirrel
worry,
just
I
gets
gotta...
picked up.
He was about to start running, but he is now picked up.
Nope, no running this time.
Don't worry,
Does-
we're just about to leave. We're just about to leave. Just got here to get some information.
The Zard holds out his hand for his badge.
Elba's giving back his badge.
He'll put it back in his bag.
Ah,
Can we hurry, please? Now?
yes, let's.
Aquarelle will nod too, though he's taking note, making note of Squirrel's behavior.
So, can Squirrel still see the manor?
It is a very large manor.
Okay, I wasn't sure if there was like walls or something, but oh, that's where Noah took me when we were here.
Ah,
Looks
wait,
at Aquarelle.
that place. Huh?
What's that place?
I mean, I don't know much about it, but I've usually been told to stay away from it.
It's a place that Noah frequently
Oh.
goes to. I think it houses it's home to one of the few people who also instruct, tolerate, teach. Aquarelle's just looking for the right word to describe how. It's a
Takes
place he
care?
frequents often.
Takes care? Maybe that's the word you're looking for?
Given how often he comes and goes. I just know it's a place he goes to often.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Aquawell. To your knowledge, this is the residence of Madame Holly, who is an associate of the Queen's and a very well renowned merchant who has many dealings with the castle and even handles some of their finances.
Oh, It's a good thing Aquarelle
As,
doesn't know
as such,
what
she is
happened.
also a very trusted individual, as she is quite talented in wordplay, and oftentimes is considered a secondary backup caretaker for Noah. Though she is also known for being quite strict.
Well, he's not going to be bothered by strictness. Though I was going to say, it's probably a good thing Aquarelle still doesn't know what happened with Verdun the day before, because I'm pretty sure she's not going to be happy with the sudden increase in food. Food taxes.
If she knows about it yet.
Okay. So I guess we're heading. So I guess we're heading to that location. I'll
Yeah.
tell you. I'll tell you guys. I'll tell you guys about what we have just been told while we're on our way. There's quite a lot to unpack, actually.
Were you able to
Like-
get it in writing?
Say that again.
Were you able to get it in writing?
Did they give us a written report? I
A
don't think
recent report?
A written report.
I suppose they could have if you asked for it.
I didn't officially requested it, but could I think
We'll
I think
retroactively say, sure, why not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pyroclast would have definitely asked for one.
yeah, Elba the same. Yeah. Yeah, Elba is going to be his copy to Burden.
It's like 3 different reports.
Verdant almost looks like he is shaken out of a funk when you hand it to him and he starts to read it. And then he takes off his helmet to read it again for some reason. Then he gives you a look like it's fake.
Elba shakes his head. I don't think it's fake.
Wait, what? What's on the report?
Verdant
Aquarelle
looks
was
like he's
probably-
about to say something and then hand over the report to Aquarelle first.
Aquarelle will also read it over. He's silent for a bit, and then you could just see a confusion beginning to etch into his face.
Squirrel is sidling in next to Aquarelle, trying to read as well.
He is so short, though.
He is.
No, I imagine he wiggles out of Verdant's arms and then just hops on Aquarelle's back.
After earlier, he's a little worried about doing that.
If Lab wasn't already lying down on top of Elba, you could probably sit on top of his head.
Oh, here, you can read my copy for a bit.
I take it this is for about the parasites, right?
The invaders.
The
Yeah.
invaders, yeah.
Squirrel,
And the
Invader.
Guild Master being a time entity, apparently, and stepping down.
Yeah, all
I'm pretty
that.
sure Squirrel was aware of all that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we weren't.
Yeah. Squirrel's just gonna take a look at it briefly and go, "Oh, yeah, that's real."
Just okay. I know. I know the whole nonsense with the legends that's going on, but what is this? Just what is this world coming to?
This is something that I've just been made aware of.
Rank up.
Because
One
apparently
moment.
The line. This hamlet shall not fall.
Oh my.
Headset! Thank you very much for that raid. Welcome on in. I hope you had a fantastic stream. Thank you so much for sharing your community with me. You all have come into the middle of our Lost in Chaos Scar campaign. This particular one is a side story featuring the adventures of Squirrel, as well as he's got some new friends as well, while he is away from the main party. But thank you so much for that raid. Settle in and enjoy the show. Go ahead.
Okay, so all this is something we have just been made aware of, because apparently the entire guild was not aware of it for like a few days ago. All of this was happening all of this was apparently happening under our noses for the last 4 months.
Verdant writes out, I've been gone too long.
Aquarelle himself is also a bit confused because I think it's mentioned that obviously the castle itself would be a, have a lot of resources from mystery dungeons. Yet he's pretty sure, and he hasn't heard a single guard mention this.
Well,
I knew we should have gone to the guild when I was in Lulite the other day.
Wait, you were in Lulite?
For a bit.
wait, how were you there? That place is very far away from here.
Teleport.
Do you have access to that long range teleport?
No, I got another guild member to help out.
Squirrel is hiding under Verdant. Or at least
From
as
your
under
own-
as he can.
From your own team or somebody else?
Guild service thing.
I see. I'm not entirely sure. I am not entirely sure what to make of all this. Well, I guess it's better late than never. But I wish we had been more aware. We have been more aware of this sooner.
Verdant writes out, I'm surprised I didn't call. Or they didn't call.
Hmm.
Then again,
Well.
Verdant actually knows why they didn't call.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Aquarelle will then realize why they probably didn't inform the castle. Queen Victoria did mention something about being distinct from the guild, correct?
Yes. Yes. They are distinct from the guild as far as I know. Out of character.
Also, Squirrel, you okay?
They can just get here that fast?
Oh, no. Not normally. You have to be at least a certain rank, I think, in order to have access to that.
If you're worried about any bounty hunters coming from you, kid, and I can say pretty confidently that you're still, given Queen Victoria's decree, I don't know how much time that'll take before it's publicly arranged, but I know legally no one can really come after you as it is right now.
Also, Pyroclast, are you okay? I could see that something was especially bothering you here. Like, I know this is all very bothersome, but
Turns out it wasn't what I thought it was.
what do you thought it was?
He looks to the side a little bit. Nothing. And he tries to keep on walking.
But it's going.
Telekinesis lift.
Oh no. Wait. Oh yeah. Right now. Oh shoot, that actually does work right now. Yeah, you're able to like pick him up with your telekinesis.
You have -1 to evasion right now. No, you have +1. You're an ally. Never mind.
Gosh dang it.
You can now have dogs to question even better.
If we're not comfortable talking about it, we can just leave. We can leave it. We can just leave it be. But I would appreciate it if you didn't hide something now.
If it's something important, and it'd be best as to address it now.
Yeah.
Verdant
and more or
writes out.
less,
Sorry.
Aquarelle's going to stop talking. Aquarelle's just going to stop walking, more or less, as making his point clear.
Mm-hmm.
Verdant's gonna write out this is getting more complicated very quickly than any of us expected. Maybe we should sit down and actually do the whole team thing. He writes it like he hasn't ever done that before.
Not a bad idea.
Noah first.
Can you put me down now? Because I don't want to be upside down.
Blinks. Head tilts because he had no idea you were upside down. Slowly flips you upside right. And then writes out, how did you do that?
Squirrel is looking at the pokey that fell out of Pyroclast's bag when he was flipped upside down.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
Sets Pyroclast down on his feet.
Oh,
Verdant tries to do the same to himself, and he can't seem to get himself to invert and looks very confused.
He was smaller.
Does the O face.
man, I forgot I was a ghost type right now.
Wait, what? You're dead?
Ability.
So you can just die? Do we need to...
Pyroclast died in front of you, changing the trajectory of your life forever.
do we need
No.
to get you help?
No, it's...
No. Ghost types. Well, ghost types are kind of complicated, but he's not dead. I can tell you that much.
And it's an ability I have. Normally I'm a dark fire type, but my ability allows me to change into a ghost type after I use a ghost type move.
Ah, intriguing.
What?
Wait, I think I've heard.
What ghost? A ghost type move? What did you use?
Earlier Verdant was about to fall on you, and I tried to use Shadow Sneak to try and get over there to get you out of the way. But I didn't get there in time.
The sorry flashcard pops up.
Wait, that ability of isn't that Protean?
What?
That ability of yours isn't that Protean?
I don't think so. I just call it Shadow Switch.
I see. Just that I've read a bit on Pokemon abilities, and the ability to change your own typing by using a move of the same type is called Protean. May not be the exact same thing, maybe just something similar.
I think it's a ability unique to my variant.
I see. There is a little bearing Pokemon on party. Honestly, it's making things rather lively.
Yeah. by this point, right, saying, well, Aquarelle will continue moving again.
Yeah,
And we'll start walking again.
Elba walking as well. With his in tow.
Pyroclast breathed a sigh of relief, knowing that he managed to get out of it somehow.
For now.
For now.
Yay, ability segue.
Well, you've been walking for a little while, so you do reach the manor. Now, how will you announce yourself?
Noah!
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
Yeah,
Fair
fair.
enough.
It's okay. Verdant was probably just going to keep on walking.
Aquarelle will look over the entrance of the building. Is there like a doorbell or like a gong or something?
Well, there are gates and then a path to the front door.
He'll just walk straight to the path. I
However,
guess.
there is distant crashing that sounds like it's coming from the second floor.
Noah!
I think Verdant's going to move a little bit quicker now.
Elba notices the crash and gets alerted. Him and his team are moving quicker.
Squirrel's
Seems
booking
like he
it.
might be here.
Pyroclast is going to chase after.
So it's that everybody's kind of slowly walking towards it. Then a crash happens. Everybody slowly starts moving faster. Then Squirrel books and everybody else just runs.
Yep.
Seems so.
Hey,
Well,
if
Aquarelle
his
hasn't been
friend is in
screaming yet,
trouble,
but-
he's gonna go. He's gonna be there.
Well, a window flies open. Fred, please! as Noah looks delighted to see you, and then he gets shocked.
Squirrel is flying up to the window.
Verdant's trying to grab for him so he doesn't. He's not going to be able to, but he's going to try.
I mean, maybe you could.
Telekinesis.
Well, I mean, he can't
Fair
really
enough.
resist that, so. Not yet, anyways.
Wait, shocked? Does Aquarelle notice him getting shocked?
Good night, Don Brian.
Probably. It's very abrupt.
Squirrel is flapping faster, trying to get up there, but he's not moving closer. He does not comprehend, but friend is in trouble.
Hugs him back slowly. Holds up a finger. Motions for you to breathe.
Aquarelle's visibly confused. How close is he to the front door now?
He's not very far away.
He'll make his way to the front door and just give a very curious knock.
The door is opened by an anxious-looking servant who does recognize you. Oh, Mr. Aquarelle.
Hello.
What brings you today?
Put me down! Put me down! Put me down!
Holds up a sign that says breathe.
But he is in trouble.
He's fine. Breathe. Don't assume the situation. Breathe.
Squirrel will begrudgingly breathe after another moment of trying to move towards the window.
Girl's getting hugged.
Elba is
Aquarelle.
giving Squirrel a pat on the head.
Aquarelle will just explain in the situation. Noah's friend here, he gestures to Squirrel. Elf was hoping to see him today. Okay? He had entrusted Noah with some of his belongings and hoped to retrieve them and see how he was doing.
Oh, well, he's doing well enough. I believe he's being reprimanded at the moment.
What did he do today?
Well, he's not supposed to go so willy-nilly, just exceedingly far distances, especially not on a whim.
Oh,
And it seems that he's been doing that a fair amount.
well, I did send him back to Squirrel's previous party to deliver something on Squirrel's behalf. But he returned after that, only to disappear again.
Yes.
That was my fault.
He's still supposed to ask permission. It doesn't matter who gave him the errand.
Squirrel is squirming a lot in Verdon's arms.
Verdon isn't going to put you down quite yet.
Probably wise.
Are we at least permitted to see him?
Yes, you may. I'll go announce you.
Okay. Well, we'll step inside.
As they will open the door to let you and your group into the lobby. As they go upstairs to announce your arrival.
Man, a lot is happening today.
Squirm, squirm, squirm.
Yeah,
Slow
you can
petting.
definitely say that.
Can Aquarelle make a roll just to see if he could take in the vibe of the area? Like is there tension?
There does seem well, let's see how much he gets.
Okay. Mind, instinct, perception, I guess.
Sure.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh. This group has all the luck.
So it does. Oh yeah, this place does seem tense at the moment.
Unusually tense, hence I take it. Like he's probably sure there's a lot of uncomfortable air when Noah's around, but is it anything different from what he'd normally feel?
A bit. It seems that some of their hairs have been poofed very recently, probably from the crashing that just happened 2 minutes ago. So they're starting to wonder if Noah's misbehaving.
Hey, Squirrel.
What?
Verdant is going to flip you to look him directly in the eyes and use meditate on you. Enjoy having +2 physical integrity boost. Trying to get you to calm down.
He will sigh and just looks dejected, flopping in Verdon's arms.
Everybody's gonna come closer. Just give Squirrel in the head. Don't worry, you'll be fine. He's a very durable fella.
Now Squirrel gets set down.
But it was my fault.
There was
Sticky
no way.
note.
There was no way for you to know this.
Sticky note to the forehead. Not my fault.
Madam Holly will be available to see you.
Okay. I assume they're either going to guide you to her, or she'll approach us herself.
Yep, they escort you upstairs to her office.
As soon as he says that, Squirrel looks like he's ready to bolt, but then he stops himself and sighs
Breathing
and just
heavily.
follows.
You get patted on the shoulder. Good job, thumbs up.
Elva also gives a thumbs up somehow. I'm not sure if Quagsire fingers can move like that, but he'll try.
I feel
Well,
like I'm
let's
tempted
go
to do
see.
something and worse right now, and use focus energy on Squirrel. Give him an enhanced crit full, while also a +2 bonus.
Well, let's go see what this is about.
Yeah, let's.
Jazz
Several
hand.
people are preparing Squirrel for battle.
Oh boy.
I will pick you up again. So help me.
He's behaving. He's trying to be patient.
He's doing an excellent job at it, for now.
He looks very
Yeah.
tense. He is wanting to run, but he is waiting. And going with this very, very, very slow butler.
They are taking their time as they will then open the door and wait for you to walk inside.
In revenge, Verdant is going to take extra long pulling in his tail.
Still at the front door. It's still,
It's
have
still
to
out the
learn.
front door.
they can't close the door yet. They can't close the
You know, the butler could have walked faster, but he didn't. The art of
pettiness in
quiet
exchange for
revenge.
pettiness.
Yes! Anyways,
Where's
we
my
gotta teach
friend?
Squirrel how to... No, go ahead.
It was my fault.
Yes, that's all well and good. However, I'm having him reflect on his actions. He has his notes, and to my recollection, I believe he is to consult them every time he is confused, as Noah is currently balancing an entire bookcase on his back, just like.
Wow.
Where's Noah's colors at this point?
You'd estimate about 55% black.
Squirrel is charging over and trying to lift the bookcase up.
Okay, now I'm gonna need you to describe that action so I can determine the correct cause.
Oh no.
Well, he's been told he's got extra strength, so he's going to try and put it to use. He is going over and basically just trying to lift it off.
Alright, from which direction? Aside? The front?
Um,
The middle?
Those of us with priority moves, be ready to move.
one of the sides.
Okay, so you're pulling it towards you or lifting?
He's lifting up.
Okay. Well, as you do, it begins to tip.
Telekinesis.
He doesn't really care if it falls over. He
Fair enough.
wants to save his friend.
Alright. Now, this is a heavy bookcase, so I might need a psychic power check.
Yep, here we go. Mind, instinct, and what do you want the other thing to be? Integrity?
Ranged.
Oh boy. Verdant's not used to doing it this way. I don't think I have to worry about it.
Apparently, Verdant is!
Damn, our rolls are on fire.
You have really good luck when it comes to these side sessions, I swear to God.
Yes, they are. Not used to rolling this well. I have the GM curse.
Well, not today. Not
I'm not
these
going to
sessions.
complain. I'll take it.
Alright, well, thankfully, Jesus Christ, this is heavy, but you can hold it steady and prevent it from falling, as Noah seems to get the clue and, like, slip out from under it, allowing you to gently put it down, or at least gently enough for it to, like, stay upright. Several books falling from it as it thuds. This is heavy. What's it made of?
Verdant
Some
rubs his
thick
head
wood.
because freaking headache now.
First of all, I would like to say I don't think that's how you make someone reflect on their actions.
What
well enough.
Yeah, what exactly was that supposed to teach him?
To not do that again.
So what exactly did he do wrong?
Going to completely different lands without consulting me or Victoria first. As we have reprimanded him before for this.
Then punish me because it was my fault.
We only do that when we expect something from him. You are new. We expect better from him. And we wouldn't be doing this if we don't care. You understand?
What exactly do you mean?
Just like the blacksmith threw an ingot at him? Just because he was happy?
She's going to raise an eyebrow. What?
Squirrel is
Aquarelle
just
had-
glaring at her.
Aquarelle, who's been silent up to this point and just observing while taking into account what he's been questioning since this morning. and first he'll approach Squirrel and just give him a light tap on the head. Whilst he's actually subtly using focus energy on him. Channel that energy into something useful, kid. We're gently pushing Squirrel aside. Squirrel's hit pool has been increased.
Woo!
Then Aquarelle will turn to Miss Holly. I'll be a direct here. He said, as noticeably more serious. Yesterday evening, after Squirrel has finished making his gift, well, you know how we've been warned not to let him get too on the dark side, correct?
She will nod.
Well, yesterday evening, it went the opposite direction.
Huh. So, what happened?
To be blunt, I wasn't really sure what had happened to him. He was, as unusually behaved, but also very unlike himself. And I tried asking him if anything was wrong. I don't quite understand it myself. It was around that point when the blacksmith finally intervened.
Yeah, he threw a dang ingot.
Yeah, an ingot straight at his face. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that could have potentially knocked somebody out if it wasn't Noah that took it.
That seems excessive.
Verdant holds up his notebook and goes, I've got a plan to deal with it. No need for fights, but excessive, yes.
Oh, Verdant had a contingency plan and against the blacksmith.
Oh yeah.
Verdant has plans, yes, for whenever we go back.
Boy.
Aquarelle's expression will now get more serious. I tried bringing this up with the queen, but I wasn't really able to get much explanation on it. Ollie, you wouldn't know more about this unusual shift in Noah's behavior, would you?
Not exactly. There are some documented cases, and I have heard before that his general state of being will decline one way or another if he is out of balance.
Fine.
Could you define
Yes.
that a bit more? He gestures to Squirrel in understandable terms.
He starts getting ill, sick.
Well, I have a way to go help him.
Aquarelle held
Beg
up
your
her hand to a Squirrel for a moment. Sick in what sense?
Sick in the sense that he starts getting fatigued and feverish.
So like an actual sick.
Correct.
Hmm.
He was
Can
unusually
Pyroclast do
quiet.
an insight on her?
By all means. If you believe she's lying.
Squirrel would like to help. Add +1. Squirrel doesn't believe it either.
You wouldn't happen to know where I could get access to these records, would you?
Oh.
Oh, never mind. That was not what I was thinking it was.
She will decline you access to these records, saying that quite surely, most information regarding Noah is very private.
Oh, I understand. But as someone who's been tasked with looking after him for so long, I was admittedly caught off guard by this sudden shift in his demeanor. I'd like to not be blindsided by any more surprises, if you understand what I mean. As Aquarelle's saying this, he's looking noticeably more intimidating. But he's still keeping up his professional front.
She is frowning, but understanding that. I see. Very well then.
Also, Pyroclast got a fight on his inside.
Yep. However, he was unable to see through her. This lady has a most excellent poker face.
Oof.
I
Whatever
think
that.
it's similar to the one that Aquarelle has.
Potentially. A truly excellent. Well, I can tell you what I believe is pertinent to your responsibilities then.
Go on.
Keeping him in balance is the best thing for everyone's sake, especially his own. Unfortunately, we're not quite willing to risk him on uncertainties, so we will just continue with what we know works.
I see. By the way, are you aware of the incident and apparently what had transpired that led to Noah finding his friend here?
I am not.
Well, as you said, and as I myself had just said, it's best to keep things out in the open and within reason. But it appears an outside force had influenced him to leave Eve the first time and brought him to Squirrel's location. Do you have a contingency in mind for if this should ever happen again?
Apart from reprimanding him and adding this to his notes, not especially. He is a very difficult person to stop.
No, but we don't really know what this outside force is, you see. I believe, Noah, you said that it made you steam.
It did?
Yeah. Hmm.
What does that mean, Noah? I steamed.
Vernon holds up a sign. I believe that means it's the closest he's been to being hurt.
Squirrel is just there giving a hug to Noah.
Was it uncomfortable? Yes.
Huh.
All right.
It didn't really click head before that it felt like he was being hurt with how durable whatever that force was must have been quite powerful.
Do you still feel it? No. All right.
If it is as
So-
powerful, that it seemed like it was hurting him, this might be something that's maybe well out of our grasp. Potentially out of Noah's grasp as well.
Noah, you understand what you did was wrong, don't you? He tilts his head. You ask. You always ask because you're supposed to. Okay. Yeah, okay. Good. Good. That's very good of you.
Can Aquarelle make a roll to see if he can pick up any like underlining, like subtext or something?
By all means.
Okay.
Can I give
Mind,
a
cunning.
like +2 to
Everybody's
from
gonna
my
help.
insight to Aquarelle, or
I'd allow
Technically,
it.
the assist maneuver can be applied to any roll.
Yes.
Everybody's gonna help with that with his teamwork.
I am absolutely unhelpful here. We're out of my league.
Mind, cunning. Guess investigation.
I can give you one investigation.
Huh?
Well, underlying tone, it's up to you. Like, the system is designed to be negotiable on what you want to roll. Though I'd personally say that insight would probably fit best here, but I could see an argument for investigation too, so.
I can actually offer a single dot of investigation.
Oops.
Same here.
Actually,
I can
insight is
offer
higher.
1 dot in investigation.
I am going to do a hotfix to the assist maneuver.
Okay, how much does that add in?
I think 3 of us are adding 1 dot each, so 3 dots for investigation.
Okay. And that's it.
I think Squirrel's disposed of in Hugland.
He is glaring at her still.
Look at all those trees.
Chimney.
Ah,
Oh, that one.
Oh,
you could saw that.
I would sell that.
Okay.
It's
Well, I'm
almost.
glad I did. That is 7, I believe.
Yeah, 7.
Is Aquarelle able to pick up anything?
Yeah. Ever seen the movie Tangled?
Yes.
This is very much a mother knows best vibe.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Mother knows best. Listen to your mother. It's a scary world out there.
Ah, Dad. Ew.
like pretty deliberately. You know you're supposed to listen to me. It's so bad out there for you. We take care of you here.
Aquarelle will mentally keep check of that because he did point out that something out there stronger than Noah and potentially stronger than any of them was what was responsible for pulling Noah away.
And she's continuing to press that it is Noah's fault, anyways.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm glad that Squirrel's a little distracted right now. I don't have to pull him off of anybody.
Especially considering he's been buffed.
Ferdinand's gonna write out something and hand it to Aquarelle.
Aquarelle will read it. He'll
It
glance
says,
at it.
obviously we have business and we need Noah for our business, correct?
Oh, you do?
We do.
Noah, what have we learned? Ask you. Why? Because you know better? That's right. Now remember that, going forward, we know what's best, and we take care of you. So you're supposed to ask. Okay? Okay.
Okay then.
As she will pat him lightly on one ear and send him off as he joins the rest of the party, seemingly unbothered by any of the previous interaction at all. Oh!
Abuse. Verdant's gonna hold up a flashcard that is a picture of his house, and then a question mark flashcard. By
No,
a
I
picture
don't
of his
live
house,
here.
I mean it's a doodle of it.
Squirrel's attempting to pick up Noah to leave the office.
You can. He's shockingly light.
Great. Squirrel is carrying him out like a plushie.
As Squirrel is doing that, Aquarelle will tip his helmet at Madam Holly. Well, I hope that this information I've shared with you does you some benefit. We wouldn't want any more surprises here, won't we?
I will be certainly looking into this mysterious individual. We can't let Noah fall into someone else's hands.
Oh, very true. I'll be doing my best to keep an eye on him, as usual. But if you notice anything out of the ordinary, please do feel free to alert at the castle. I'll do everything in my power to lend a hand.
Good work as always done.
And
We shall-
likewise to you.
We shall take our leave.
Yeah, let's get going.
Two people talking professionally at each other are secretly sharpening each other's knives.
Potentially.
I'm
Meanwhile,
gonna point out that she's a merchant. That's probably normal.
Meanwhile,
much
with
so.
Squirrel, it's like if looks could kill, she'd be just ash scorch on the ground.
Pyroclast is glaring at her too.
Verdant's keeping a calm head because apparently he needs to again. The moment they're out of there, he's gonna look very confused again.
Why am I being the calm one? This isn't my bit. This is
Once
Verdant, go ahead.
once everybody was out of the house, Elba is going to exclaim, "Okay, that woman was creepy."
The heck?
Yes, I think I'm beginning to notice a pattern with if the type of people Noah seems to be kept around. Myself included.
Since we're in public, Verdant's once again gonna hold up the note card that's a picture of a house. And this time,
Yeah, I would very much like to go somewhere private right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Elba is going to nod, and we're coming.
Is there stone?
Oh. Where are we going? A house?
I guess we could go back to the castle.
Shakes head no. And then pulls out the pen and paper, says, after we talk.
He'll nod. Could talk on the Tauros thing.
Shakes his head no.
Not enough time.
Okay.
Pat picks up the squirrel that is holding the Noah.
Noah is back to 50-50. as he may have, or rather, there is a non-0% chance that he has internalized Holly's directing as positive influence because she is technically being more kind to him when she's saying those things.
Technically, in quotations.
I don't think there's quotations big enough in the world to call that kind.
Squirrel literally is just hugging around what would probably equate to the chest on Noah, right under the forelegs.
Yep.
Noah, where did you disappear to last night?
Oh. I went
Didn't
for a visit.
Didn't we want to do this in private?
That wasn't something Aquarelle feels the need to, since the more or less is a cover-up attempt and right now before discussing anything too deep.
I mean, Squirrel's still asking that in character.
I don't really see why we need to be private about that, kid. Literally, they already know he's been hopping around a lot lately.
Oh, fair. Noah, is there somewhere we could go to have privacy here?
Not in this place, unless he is going to push open one of the empty rooms. It seems to be a guest room, and walks inside.
Squirrel has not let him go.
Ah, well, he is waving towards a guest room then.
I thought we left the manor.
We're still in the manor, right?
Oh, yes, you are.
Yeah, I don't think
You have left Holly's office and gone downstairs, probably.
Yeah,
Aquarelle
Verdant's
isn't
gonna
really
write out.
trusting that.
Yeah, Verdant's gonna write out. We can just go to my house.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But not.
Lead the way.
Is carrying Squirrel still.
Squirrel's still saying that. But he is
Aquarelle's still
hugging...
waiting response for his question, though.
I mean, Noah did respond that he went for a visit.
Visit where?
Oh, I went back to Squirrel's friends because they are different. And so I went to Chomper and I watched him, and then he woke up very suddenly and he was seemingly very excited about something, and then we talked about a friendship day.
Friendship.
Yes. And then we worked together and we made lots of presents.
Friendship Day?
Yes.
That's not any holiday I've ever heard of.
Aquarelle just has a deadpan and expression while he's walking.
Pyroclast just looks very sad when he hears the word friendship.
Yeah, Verdant doesn't look too great either.
Everybody's looking at all around you guys. Well, not say, just looks a little saddened. A little. He's actually frowning a bit.
Well, Aquarelle's only is deadpan because he's not very much a social person. That's something that's consistent with him.
Fair.
And the idea that Noah supposedly made a holiday involving socializing, he's just like, oh great.
Okay, so what is this friendship day about, Noah?
Oh, wait, hold on. As he will pull a new note out of his mouth and hand it over to Squirrel.
Another one.
Okay, now we should definitely maybe be in private before opening that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Verdant nods and will walk a little bit faster. Thump, 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 thump.
Thump, thump, thump.
As he carries them home.
A lonely house. It's so very empty.
Shall I read off the note?
Yeah, after we're in the house, Squirrel's gonna read it, very much still keeping a hold on Noah.
Okay. Here's how it reads. The note itself has been written very sloppily. However, it does seem to be Chomper's handwriting, whom you are becoming fairly familiar with. But it seems like he was either tired or very dizzy. Happy Friendship Day! Today is the day where you celeb with your and appreciate your friends. You can get gifts if you want, or you can just hug. Buying things optional. Dare you to try this with the same with your friends over there. I bet you're making lots. Wish them well for me. As for me, I only got a punch in the face once today. I only got the punched in the face once today. It was on me. I kind of made Sam mad. Had a bad time for memory. Blurted out the first thing that came to mind. I'd say be careful of that. Also, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep taking the meds they gave me either. It helped, but I feel way more scatterbrained lately. Sleep aids has been nice though. Don't think the concussion helped. Anyway, I made you a thing. It's not that great. Smithing is more your thing, but I wanted to make it for myself. Feel free to make it better or put it into something else if you like. The old badge is just a piece of metal by the guild. That badge you have now means we're best friends forever. I miss you. I miss when we used to have fun and get in trouble. It reminds me of the good memories I'm getting. I'd get into crap, but I'd always have my bro with me. Miss you, bro. Oh, I gave you two. I was thinking of keeping one, but Noah really helped me out. I'm not sure how I would have done it without him. He's a bit spooky, but he seems cool. He reminds me of he reminds me of me sometimes, honestly. Hey, be sure no one treats you mean over there, okay? Same for you. Feel free to give him his BFF badge if you're cool with letting him join our new guild. And don't worry, I'll make one for myself or something when things have calmed down. I'll get back to training so you don't leave me behind. See you soon, BFF. Give everyone a hug for me and don't ask anyone on dates unless you're actually gonna go on the date. Dates are serious. Never been on one, but I felt the power of one, that's for sure. Anyway, be safe.
Elba is going to blink and just crack a bit of a smile. Okay, I
Well,
think I think
Squirrel would have read it to privately for himself first and then handed it to Elva to read out loud.
okay. Elba does end up reading it out loud, and he's kind of having a hard time containing just smiling after reading it out loud. I think I'm liking this Chomper fellow.
Verdant's got that look on his face that says, "Oh no, what have I gotten into again?" More or less.
Noah is
Wow.
brooding around his mouth before he produces 2 bronze badges.
Well, it seems like it's Friendship Day and you're already giving me a hug, Verdant.
Blinks.
Does that mean we're
looks
friends
down,
forever?
shrugs.
I think it does.
If that how it works, then Elba is gonna come over and give give Squirrel a legit hug. He's kind of going to encourage the rest of his team to do the same.
Or Aquarelle and Pyroclast.
No, this
will-
was being grandfathered in because he was already being hugged by Squirrel.
Taldarius is sending me math.
Yeah, I know. I already peeked at it. I told him I'd look in the morning. It looks an initial. I'm going to shush now because I don't want to kill Zim.
He has been messaging me this entire time with math.
Do you want me to
Effective
explain it?
move EXP compensation is plus 10 EXP per level. I'm just putting this away.
Just let me talk to him and see what kind of math he did out. I like math. We'll make it hard on you later, Zim.
I don't know
For
how
now,
many
AB
times I
is
need to
the-
respond with @ for him to get it.
No, he already got it. I can promise you he already got it.
He is breaking my mind.
Yep.
Pat.
We got 15 minutes left. Did we want to leave it here before our group has the super serious, by the way, here's all our secrets conversation, and here's what we think might be going on individually, because everything is a lot more complex than we ever expected it to be, and now we're in it, and we can't escape.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that's a situation we're in where we're going to have to sit down and be like, by the way, here's all our deep, dark secrets, and we're fucked.
Well,
Oh,
before
yeah.
we end, Squirrel is going over and giving Pyroclast a hug. Still holding, more smushing Noah between them. He's refusing to let go of Noah. So it's like one-armed hug.
Great.
Pyroclast is gonna give an awkward hug back.
Team Noah already gave you a group hug.
Oh, don't worry. Verdon's going to come over and give a hug next. Just because he knows it's going to bother everybody.
Oh,
Elba is joining in. And his team is Elba and his team are joining in. They like hugs.
And then
Verdant
Squirrel.
wasn't down for the group hug until he realized he can do it to mess with people.
Noah is confused by this gesture, but he doesn't dislike it. Much like those words that Chomper said to him.
They're still coming.
Aquarelle will take a moment to just continue examining Noah. Is he still?
You're getting a
Well,
much
balance.
closer examination as Squirrel is coming over to hug you next. Or at least hug your leg.
Aquarelle will tense momentarily, not quite sure what to make of it, but he will also give like an sort of awkward, sort of attempt at being empathetic, return of the gesture. You can tell that while he's trying, he's not really sure. If a mind reader was nearby, the thought that's repeating in his head is, "Am I doing this correctly?"
Affection is extremely new to Aquarelle.
Turns
poor
out,
Aquarelle.
Turns out there is a mind reader nearby. Looks at Verdant.
Verdant hasn't figured that out yet. What Verdant is doing, on the other hand, is he's just going to walk up and pull down the helmet.
Are you serious?
Just
Everybody's
smile.
Elba's
pats your
gonna
head.
Elva's gonna come over and kind of tell Aquarelle that he proved this by doing this and that to actually give an actual hug to Squirrel.
Great. That makes us all. Wait, no. And he looks at Aquarelle, and then over at Pyroclast. They need to hug still.
Wait, what?
What?
Squirrel's going to try and drag the leg that he's still hugging over towards Pyroclast. Probably entirely ineffectively.
All I can imagine now is just like the most blasé, awkward, like stiff-looking hug between the two of them.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if they don't hug each other, Verdant's just gonna smile after a moment and do the telekinesis squish.
And now
Friends now
Kith.
squish.
And now Kith.
What?
Verdant shakes his head no to that one.
No.
Oh,
You
that
know-
was out of character. It was just
I know.
the action figure kissing thing that came to mind.
After all the information we have gathered, I think this was needed. Hugs are good.
Verdant writes up, by the way, Aquarelle, that is a sign of affection. I can stop if asked. And then pulls down Aquarelle's helmet again.
Huh.
There's
It
just
comes
silence. up there.
off.
Oh no. No one saw it. I think Aquarelle's job just got a bit harder. But in response, Aquarelle just says nothing. But you can see him twitching a bit in fury.
You get handed or rehanded the little doodle of the Zard looking beat up again.
You have gained 1% and towards him wanting to do that.
You haven't told him to stop.
Come on, you gotta hug so we can all be friends.
Okay, let's just get this out of the way. He's just gonna give a very stiff, awkward gesture to the Pyroclast.
Pyroclast, with a slight smile at the situation, will join in.
Great, we're all friends now. Wait, no. There's two more. Now he's looking at Verdant, and then to Aquarelle.
Blinks. Writes up, but affectionate teasing, like older brothers do.
Nope, gotta hug. Friendship Day rules.
Is Noah still 50-50?
No, he is transitioning as he has been sandwiched in a lot of these awkward hugs that he does not seem to mind terribly much. He has transmitted about 260 or 260% white. As well, he doesn't know what to think of this, but this seems to be friendship, and he seems to be being involved.
Squirrel is taking the BFF badge and pinning it onto Noah's collar thing?
Yes.
And then he's putting it onto his, the strap on his pauldron. And then turning Noah around so that he can see.
It's shiny and it's dangly.
Sneak
As
up
he has to look to try to see it. Eh. Eh. Oh, you put it on me. Why?
Yeah. Because we're going to be best friends forever.
Ren.
Yes, friends.
He is transitioning once again to 65% white, and he seems to be in deep contemplation. But we will save that for next time.
Quick, hit me. Only you could do it, Aquarelle. Punch me.
If Aquarelle was suddenly overtaken by violence and does decide to just, I'm going to stab him right now for no particular reason.
I'm just
Is that what it
imagining.
was? I was just thinking of certain ways that Aquarelle could force Earth's negativity without actually having to do anything too severe to Noah.
I'm just imagining that if Noah goes all white, it's going to be Mandy smiling.
No. No. No, we don't talk about that episode.
I remember
Oh.
that. You fools. You've
You
messed with the natural order.
It's so beautiful.
God, I need to watch that show again. Anyways, I guess that's... Oh, wait, no, we can't end yet.
Why?
Why?
Verdant and Aquarelle still have not hugged.
Why
I'm
don't
legitimately expecting to get decked here soon.
why don't we just all hug together, a group hug?
Oh, that's a
Because we
great
don't-
idea! Let's go!
Aquarelle isn't moving, mostly because Squirrel's still attached to him, probably.
Elba gives a smile.
Squirrel will go over and try to push Pyroclast over.
Pyroclast will join in, and once everyone is in the hug, he's going to whisper something.
Hmm?
Well, first
No.
he's got to push Verdant over.
Rolls his eyes and we'll go with it.
And then he joins the hug.
Aquarelle
hug.
is blue screening right now.
Alright, what is Pyroclast whispering?
I wish you were a part of this, Alex.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh. Aquarelle is still blue screening. Just imagine the circle or her loading bar floating above his head. And as
Oh,
he
I know how to fix this. Pulls the helmet down.
Okay, that seems to fix him for the time being. Why do you keep doing that?
Sign of affection. He holds up the same piece of paper he held up before.
You're now at 2%. With that picture becoming a reality.
Alright, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today for Lost in Chaos Scar, Squirrel's Adventures. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. They are on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by simply sharing the stream around, as well as coming by, hanging out, grabbing some packs of cards or stream loots, and of course subscribing to our YouTube. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Goodbye,
everyone.
Bye bye.
Ending this, I'd say ending this session on a group of us very appropriate.
Yes.